Hello, hello, and welcome back to Minotaur Hotel. We're still in this is the bar, right? I almost said lounge. You know what I mean. Uh, the thingy things, we're talking to people. Asterion's eyes wander to yours. You blink, and he does the same with a face as stoic as stone.
Fascinating.
Oh, excuse me.
And I take it you are sure this is the true story. Has your family kept records? There's no doubt about it, Robert. Look at his eyes. Never has a man said truer words. Yes, this is the truth, as accurate as an arrow is sharp. Oh, this night is getting better with each passing minute. I will love my vacation here, I can tell. I am glad to hear that. More than you might imagine. It has been such a short while since we reopened the hotel, but it's brimming with life already. People seem so happy to be here. Sometimes it is hard to accept that things are going so well.
You'd better get used to it, buddy. If it's up to you and me, they'll keep coming. They'll keep getting better and better.
Yes, they will. I can see that. It would seem Rome really has been built in a day, if Romulus and Remus here got it set up so quickly. But if you would care to hear, I have a suggestion for how to improve your fine establishment. It's that thing, Robert. The one we talked about just a minute ago. Oh, that. Yes, that is a good suggestion. Here goes. There's no sign, and nothing in front of the place, telling people what it is, or what it's called. Does this hotel even have a name? So far, I've only heard people refer to it as, well, the hotel.
Oh, that's a valid complaint. We've been so busy lately, we'll get with getting the essentials in order, that I never even thought about that.
So focused on your work, you forgot to give the place a name. If you'd care to hear my thoughts again, I say Mr. Josh's hotel would suffice. Simple and to the point, wouldn't you say?
I don't think I have it in me to do something like that. Honestly, it'd be way too gaudy for my taste. Asterion, what's the tradition around here for that?
The owner is allowed to rename the hotel as he sees fit, which is made official through a customary celebration. Mr. Josh's hotel would not be in any way unusual.
It may not be unusual, but it remains gaudy and creatively bankrupt. We can do better.
I thought the name was Minotaur Hotel. That's the Wi-Fi's name.
Oh, You and Asterion stare at one another. The Minotaur, perhaps, without thinking, puts a hand on his bicep, where the wreath is.
Mr. Josh. Wait, there's Wi-Fi? What's the password? It's with a capital N. Disgusting little thing, that is. Network Enforcement Act. Let's see. That isn't working for me. Let me type it for you.
Asterion bit his lower lip.
Are you?
And just what if I am?
Honey tongue.
Guilty as charged. So, Minotaur Hotel?
Sovereign is the will of the partner. Co-owner.
Now we're talking. Will you guide me in setting up that renaming ceremony you were talking about?
Of course.
See, I'm curious. Just now, Robert told me the password, and I heard it in French. But he typed some kind of German abomination. Pardon my lack of manners. Yes, truly is an unsightly piece of, legislation, not appropriate to discuss amongst such fine company. He just did it. Wait, I think I get it now. When we were in the car, we talked in English, but as soon as the landscape changed, I noticed Robert start speaking a very elegant dialect of French. Yes, there are many magical things about this place, one of which is how it translates everything people say and write. You probably heard Robert speaking French after the two of you crossed into this realm. Jean, I'm from Geneva. I speak French. You could have just asked. Oh, well, I didn't want to assume. Still, that's yet another fantastical thing to this incomprehensible location, I suppose. Now, if I may ask another question, when you say he's your partner, in what way do you mean exactly? I wonder if there's a little linguistic ambiguity this place isn't picking up on. Excuse me. Oh, it's just that you seem pretty close. I thought for a second that. He's a cute face. I am sorry. I still don't understand. The question was directed at Asterion, but you intervened to clarify. Asterion and I are business partners. That is how you should interpret his word choice. That is understandable. But still, you two are quite close, is what I'm saying. Jean, your intentions may be kind, but some would consider this line of questioning inappropriate. I don't recall either Asterion or Mr. Josh mentioning their sexual orientation. For all we know, they may not be compatible in the first place. Even if they are, commenting on such matters may still be unwelcome. And that doesn't even touch on, well, Asterion being a Minotaur, and Mr. Josh being a human. Midway through Robert's speech, Asterion leans closer to you and whispers, Mr. Josh, what are they talking about? Don't worry about it. I'll explain later. What a pure child. He nods. Jean, meanwhile, looks away as he gets lost in thought. Perhaps you are right. It was pretty rude of me, for the most part. You know how it is. Talking about sexuality is less taboo where I'm from. I admit, I may have been too forward in that regard. But when it comes to good, Asterion here being a Minotaur, why should that be an impediment? Yes. I may not know about what the traditions are like with you, shall we say, mythical beings, but if two consenting adults love each other, nothing else matters, right? I had a kid. You know. He was born different, and from the day he was born, there were people who couldn't look past it. Not everyone, though. There was quite a few blessed souls who could see through his differences and like him for who he was. He's no longer with us, but that grace, the blessedness, of being able to love even different souls that I carry with me to this day. So what if Asterion's a Minotaur? That shouldn't get in the way of love. Asterion shakes his head, then covers his mouth to hide a dry, nervous cough. For a split second, your hand almost reached out and pat him on his back, but Jean's words made you painfully aware of how every inch separating the two of you is a sea of meaning. To make it clear, I do not disagree with you. However, I don't think the topic is appropriate at the moment, Jean. I would prefer we change the subject. Yes. Very well. I'll let it go. With a caveat that I still stand by what I said. Of course. You and Asterion remain quiet. The space between you suddenly, raw and awkward. Robert takes the chance to check his phone, while Jean looks around the room. Oh, they're so cute. The silence is broken by Nono bringing you your plates. So, do you follow the custom of saying grace before meals? Grace? I would not put it like that, but every day I make an offering to the gods. Gods? Which ones? The 12 Olympians, of course. Plus Lady Hestia and Lord Hades. Oh, typical. I should have guessed a Minotaur would worship the Greek gods. Don't say it like that. It sounds so dismissive. I, for one, would appreciate learning more about his beliefs. Say, Mr. Asterion, would you be willing to demonstrate how an offering is done? Of course, it would be an honor. I've never had guests. Excuse me. I never have guessed anyone would still worship those old gods. It's been thousands of years, after all. For how long have you been praying to them? Since I was a boy. My lineage has prayed to them for thousands of years, and I was taught to do the same at an early age. But do you believe they exist? Isn't it absurd, in this day and age, to hold such an archaic ideas? No, I am sure they exist. How else could I be here tonight, if not for them? Yes, but shush, Jean. Let the man be. You're distracting him from the offering. Geez, okay, big guy. I'll shut my mouth. Asterion rises from his seat. What's the word? Back is unshakable as a fortress wall, and as wide as a steep. He hums a song, all too familiar, summoning a bottle of wine. You and the hotel respond in unison. But before proceeding towards the hearth, he glances at you, the corners of his lips curled into fine crescents. That's it. Would you care to join me, Mr. Josh? It would be an honor sharing this with you. You rise just as high as the Minotaur did, and together you stride in Hestia's fire. He kneels by the hearth, and you do the same. When he raises his arms to the ceiling, however, a sense of shame stops you from bringing yours as high as his. Conversation and laughter clatter. Cutlery clink against dishes, and glasses clanking on the wooden tables. Every little hum and song of life, it all fades as though velvet surrounded you and Asterion. You are as... Wait. Give me a second. I want that gone. Okay. It's fine, don't worry about it. You are left only with your and your partner's breathing, and the crackling of the fire. All lights, except that which is offers, grows dim. Respect the ones in need of gifts, a friendship and home. You look at the side, and Asterion too is looking at you. You should have the honors, to which gods shall we dedicate this offering. What? List? What is it? I don't fucking know. Okay, so what we got Zusu-chan, youngest son of Kronos, god of thunder. I don't know. Poseidon,
boy, do I hate deciding. Uh, Earthshaker, King of the Sea. Hades of the Good Council, Lord of the Dead. Raias? Hestia. Mistress of the Hearth. Mother Demeter. Food, okay, fine. Bright-eyed Athena, Lady of Wisdom and Warfare. Cool. Hermes, Word, sibling of man. Velvet-crowned Aphrodite, Violet, not Velvet, whoa. Of the smiling out the airy good well, the things oh, Hera, okay. Apollo, uh yeah. Ah. I almost want to choose one of these two. I think I'm going to choose Apollo. Because if I remember correctly, that was Tatsuya's awakened persona in Persona 2, which is the best persona. So, because I think Artemis was Maya's. And was it Aphrodite or was it Demeter that was Lisa's? It was like something like that, right? I remember that Hades was Akichi's, which was, God, Akichi's just the best, like, best friend character, you know? Like, of the, like, first males that join your party, you know, your Junpei, your Yosuke, your Naruto, I don't remember his name, Ryuji, that was his name. Like, Akichi's just the best of that, like, archetype. Like, come on. I hope this decision doesn't matter. What? Phoebos? Phoebos.
Oh, long-haired shooter from afar. The lyre and the curved bow. How are dear to you? Are you prophesized to men? Wait, prophesized to men, the will of Zeus. Grant us foresight. Grant us excellence in all things.
Asterion lays a finger over the wine bottle's opening and lets out only a trickle of wine. First to pacify the ashes around the flame, and only a ladder to battle against its might.
We shall remember you, tonight and always. In our hearth you shall find wine, and if your mercy would grant us excellence in all things, we shall tell tales and sing songs of your feats.
The velvet surrounding you dissipates, allowing sounds to break through once more. Okay.
Oh. What a fine ceremony. I can't make out everything you said, but I'm glad I got to witness such an ancient form of worship. You are too kind, Robert. It is not every night I get an audience for one of my simplest duties. If you enjoy my culture so much, you are welcome to ask all your questions. Beware with what you say. I might just take the offer, and we'll be here all night.
The night goes on, you and Asterion and the guests, for those few hours. You live without regret. Oh, okay. Whatever memory you might muster of Gene and his delivery fades, but
but his does not. When you and the Minotaur leave to return to your quarters, he follows. Hey, you two. Don't you go just yet. This was a terrific night we had, lads, but make no mistake, I came here for work. This is the reason I came all the way here. First class delivery. Oh, well, okay. Jean hands you an envelope. Envelope? 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 Its surface is so finely preserved. A corner so sharp and uncreased that you would not be surprised if it had only just left its sender's desk. You know who sent it. Do you know who sent it? Can't say I do, lad. Someone might have mentioned the client's name, but I can't recall it. It came from headquarters just like this, and with a set of instructions on how to get here, which weren't of much help, I can tell you that. I was, however, told that if you have any reason to this response to this message, I should take it back to headquarters, and it'll get shipped back. Asterion affords you a privacy by turning around while you dig a finger into the crisp paper. I can't read. The paper itself, an A4 white sheet, has not been graced with such divine perfection. It is folded 3 times, but unevenly and with its corners rumpled. You hold it. It takes you a few seconds to recognize the symbol on the paper as they swim around and stitch themselves together with aid from the hotel's translation. You stare at it, waiting for its contents to reveal themselves, but the letters melt away and become unconnected scribble. You force your gaze further, but by your command, the letter's context coalesce back into its original shape. What lies revealed to you is an incomprehensible mess of childlike scribbles, flowing first from cursive-like characters to snaking lines, and then it's something like the ridges of mountains on the horizon. For a moment, you consider the possibility that this may be a map, but were that the case, the land it depicts is one and the same with the sea around it, like a rapture cell spilling its contents. When that fails, you fear for your mental health. Could you be having a stroke? I am. Rendering you incapable of reading and piecing things together. Piecing, yes. But the gods are not so terrible. Your brain is fine, and the truth of the matter is that this letter, for the most part, contains only incomprehensible scribbles. Take note, however, for at the very bottom of the wasteful exercise, there are 2 lines which your mind and the hotel can interpret. I'm sorry for not being good enough. P? P? Oh, okay. Asterion gives you a sideway glance. You turn to him. That's not much to this. It's mostly gibberish. The hotel's translation can't make any sense of it. Whoever wrote this wasn't all that in the head when he... The gods are terrible indeed. Forgotten evils worm their way in once more. Mr. Josh, is everything all right? This is a letter from, well, it's a bit upsetting. I think it's the man who gave me the hotel's deed. No. Clement. You notice just the slightest lump in his shoulders, then a snort. Snort? Yes, stop. As goosebumps climb up the Minotaur's spine, his fur, short as it may be, stand on end, as he scratches the back of his head. He is still around, then. He digs, his fingers dig in, like a hand digging away at dry soil. His his scratching is louder than either you breathing or the distant sounds of ruckus from the lounge.
Wait, does he say... what does he say?
A bunch of scribbles. The hotel can't make sense of it. He was going senile when I met him, and I assume he wasn't fully conscious when he wrote this either. There's just one thing I can read here, but it may be upsetting. Are you sure you want to hear it? For a moment, as brief as it takes for one's mind to realize the wrongness of what it sees, Asterion's eyes turn dark and bullish. It is comfortable to forget that Asterion's bovine nature runs deeper than skin alone. His head has slowly drooped over those past moments. His neck, however, remains stiff and tight. This is the face of a bull about to charge, featureless, excuse me. That's fine. Featureless, lacking, concerned, blank. He does not answer your question, and although a part of you may believe he indeed does not wish to hear it, for whatever reason you say it, word by word. I'm sorry for not being good enough. It's signed with P.
Clement?
Clement.
Oh, that's right. I recall now. That's the name headquarters mentioned. Clement, a Frenchman, correct? No, sorry, it would seem I'm interrupting something. I will take my leave now. Have a good night, you two.
I'll end the part here, so we'll come back to the Angie boy later. I'll see you around, everyone.